Logi, you readjust yourselves. Primary, okay. TAK in a thorax, TAK in a scythe, TAK in a scythe, TAK in a scythe, TAK in a scythe. Fast tackle, get on the Celestis. Fast tackle, get on the Celestis.
He's off.
Okay, Roger. Just tackle what you can.
Vulture. The Celestis pointed.
Okay.
And HET in his Celestis.
Yep, Roger. Let's go.
Celestis.
Yep, fast tackle, just rock the Celestis. Primary HET in a Celestis, HET in a Celestis, HET in a Celestis for DPS, HET in a Celestis primary. HET in a Celestis, HET in a Celestis. Fast tackle, Griffin, ATH in a Griffin, ATH in a Griffin, fast tackle, that's you. Secondary after the Celestis is going to be LL and a Vulture, LL and a Vulture. Talados, I need you to get tackles on this Vulture. Talados, get tackles on that Vulture.
Celestis is
new primary, EOA in the Celestis, EOA in the Celestis, new primary, EOA in the Celestis, new primary. EOA in the Celestis, new primary, EOA in the Celestis, new primary. EOA in the Celestis, new primary. Secondary, LL and a Vulture, LL and a Vulture, secondary, LL and a Vulture, secondary.
Vulture caught.
Got it. Yep, okay, Talados, go ahead, go back on other guys. EOA and a Celestis primary, EOA and a Celestis primary.
You were too far, man.
Vulture. Okay, check tech, new primary, Vulture. LLU and a Vulture primary, LLU and a Vulture primary. LLU and a Vulture primary.
Logi serve needs reps. Getting nothing here.
Fast tackle, ATH in a Griffin, ATH in a Griffin, ATH in a Griffin for fast tackle. DPS, full primary on LLU and a Vulture, LLU and a Vulture.
Broadcast as soon as you get targeted.
Are we losing people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Quickly?
No.
Yeah.
Check, LLU and a Vulture, LLU and a Vulture. He's going, guys, come on, break him.
Logic, get closer to the fight.
Chuck needs reps.
Nades is jammed, readjust the caption.
Jammed. Arcturus is jammed.
Fast tackle, ATH in a Griffin, ATH in a Griffin if he's not already dead.
He's
Griffin dropped out.
Okay, Roger.
LU and the Vulture are jamming.
Secondary, KC and a Hawk, KC and a Hawk, KC and a Hawk. KC and a Hawk is in the secondary. KC and a Hawk is secondary. KC and a Hawk is now primary. 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 Okay, guys, start burning straight towards their fleet. Logi, I need you guys to start catching up to us.
Coming.
ATH is back on grid with the Griffin. ATH is back on grid with the Griffin. ATH is back on grid with the Griffin.
Burning the Griffin.
DPS, ISP and a Scythe. ISP and a Scythe, start burning towards them.
Trigo's jammed.
ISP and a Scythe, start burning towards them, guys. ISP and a Scythe, ISP and a Scythe.
Scythe pointed.
Roger, get on top of them, guys. ISP and a Scythe, ISP and a Scythe.
Griffin's down.
Nades
Roger. Secondary, AE and a Scythe, AE and a Scythe. Get this site, get IS, okay, IE, whichever one. AER and a Scythe primary, AER and a Scythe primary. Start spreading points, We're in the mass of their fleet now. Start spreading points. TAK and a Scythe, primary, TAK and a Scythe primary.
Jim Tom pointed.
Roger that. Get TAK and a Scythe, TAK and a Scythe. TAK and a Scythe. TAK and a Scythe, TAK and a Scythe. Alright guys, start burning towards the thoraxes. They're trying to coast down on the outside. They're trying to coast on the outside. Fast tackle, I need you guys to go and start burning in on these thoraxes.
Got one on Jim.
Roger.
Trigo needs cap.
JIM in a thorax, JIM in a thorax is primary. JIM in a thorax is primary. Kill him. Guys, start spreading points. We're right in the group with them. JIM thorax is primary. JIM thorax is primary. Secondary. COR in the thorax. New secondary. CAR is new secondary. CAR thorax primary. CAR thorax is primary. CAR in a thorax.
Frigs, don't broadcast.
Yeah, frigates, stop broadcasting. CAR in a thorax, guys. CAR in a thorax. CAR and a thorax is primary. CAR and a thorax is primary. Secondary, TIT and a thorax. TIT and a thorax. TIT and a thorax secondary. TIT thorax secondary. Guys, as soon as you're in, start spreading points. As soon as you're in, start spreading points. CAR down. TIT now primary. TIT now primary. TIT now primary. Secondary, IGN in the thorax. IGN in the thorax. Tertiary, LIX thorax. LIX thorax. TIT primary. IGN secondary. IGNA secondary. IGNA now primary. IGNA now primary. Secondary, LIX thorax. Tertiary, SLA in a thorax. Yeah, we'll just focus on those three. IGN in a thorax is primary. IGN in the thorax is primary. IGN in the thorax is primary, guys. Get on them, get on them, get on them. IGN thorax, IGN thorax. IGN thorax. Secondary, LIX secondary. LIX is secondary. Get that thorax down, guys. Get that thorax down.
Broadcasting these shields, guys.
New primary, new secondary, LIX. LIX is secondary. LIX is secondary. LIX is secondary. Get IGN down. Get IGN down. Okay. Let's see what's close. LIX, or sorry, TAK and a caracal. TAK and a caracal. TAK and a caracal is new primary. TAK and a caracal's 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 primary. Secondary, OSM and a caracal. OSM and a caracal. OSM and a caracal. TAK is primary. TAK is primary. TAK is primary. Fast tackle, burn out towards that mana core and blab him. OSM and a caracal now primary. OSM and a caracal now primary. Fast tackle, you guys getting on the malediction?
Or
sorry, the mana core. Okay.
Mana core's out.
Go ahead and start burning into these thoraxes and start getting him tackled for me.
I got tackle on Elden Ring.
OSM and a caracal, guys. OSM and a caracal. OSM and a caracal, guys. Come on, get him tackled. Get him tackled.
Point Mars.
Get this caracal tackle, guys. Get this caracal tackled. Get this caracal tackled. Good. Okay, he's down. DUK in a thorax. DUK in a thorax. DUK in a thorax primary. DUK in a thorax is primary. Secondary, ELD, tertiary, MAR and a caracal. MAR and a caracal. Just start spreading points, guys. This is pretty much the last of them right here. Just spread your points on all these guys. ELD in a thorax primary. ELD in a thorax primary. Is that, yeah? Yeah, we'll go with ELD. ELD in a thorax primary. ELD in a thorax primary. Secondary. TOU thorax. TOU thorax secondary. TOU thorax secondary. TOU thorax secondary. TOU thorax secondary. TOU thorax secondary.
Go over the Griffin.
Yep, fast tackle. Get on the
Griffin's out.
Fast tackle. Okay, roger. Secondary, SH in a thorax. SH in a thorax. SH in a thorax now primary.
Griffin's jamming Logi. Archers.
Yep. Fast tackle. Get on. Okay, they're piecing out. They're piecing out. Okay, DPS, I need you guys to anchor on Mr. Chuck Norris. DPS, I need you to anchor on Mr. Chuck Norris. Pretty much everyone in DPS approach Mr. Chuck Norris. Everyone in DPS approach Mr. Oh, kill LIX and Merlin. Kill LIX and Merlin. But everyone, all DPS anchor up on Mr. Chuck Norris. I X up in fleet, right click me and hit approach. Logi, do the same thing. Start burning towards Mr. Chuck Norris.
Copy, we're on.
Alright guys, put X's in fleets for what you lost, or Link lost mouse. Link lost mouse.
Good fights in local, I think.
Okay, they got a couple of us. Biggest key thing for this fleet, guys, we have high resist, not a lot of buffer. So whenever you guys start getting locked up, you need to broadcast ASAP. But we did kill a vulture, so that's good. That's a command ship. That's not bad. Hell of a fight, guys. Hell of a fight.